But me personally, I am not interested in becoming a famous online marketer. That is not my ambition in life. And I can tell you, I am the furthest from that. I hate that. Those online marketers are crazy people. Eric's one of them. Okay. So,
Just kidding, Eric.
okay. Instagram is awesome because it's photo-based. If you don't need a lot of content and you can communicate your message over this relevance bridge, very important point, through photos, do it. One of the largest sites in the world was based off of oil tankers, and it was off of Instagram. They were one of the largest social media platforms in the world, and it was because they understood there was an oil company that had large ships, and they knew about a following that loved to take pictures of oil tankers. There's actually a massive following about people who like to take pictures of oil tankers. Weird, right? They were the largest platform in 2011 on social media, period. Oil tankers. If I ever hear anyone say, I don't have interesting information to put that on the internet, I tell them about oil tankers. That is boring, okay? LinkedIn is business only. Do not bring outside information inside of this. You will get hammered on LinkedIn, okay? Do not breach this with personal crap. This is a professional. Can I tell you one thing about LinkedIn? Please update your profile pictures. This is the only image, strong image that is in LinkedIn is your picture. And if it is 10 years old and then I see your face, I get really upset, okay? I get really upset. Okay, that's people. That's a lot. Yeah.
So, I know this is specific to me, but you said you're an HVAC, correct? So for me, and I was an electrician, a licensed electrician for years,
Okay.
home inspectors are dumb to tradesmen. Am I correct? Okay.
Most of the time.
Right. I saw a need because of that. And so I went with the whole, I give them everything, the free thermal imaging. Hell, I'll buy their home back from them if I miss anything. That's a real guarantee I'll offer. So if I did a YouTube video, I'm not an HVAC guy. I can talk about electrical because I'm licensed, but should I link to him
Yes. Or just go get
and
him.
say, hey, if you're seeing these
Go get him
signs,
to do videos on your channel.
if you're seeing these signs, call so-and-so with, you know?
Yeah. Wouldn't you like to be in his network?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, I mean,
Network
you
it all
think,
together.
yeah, you'd love to network together, and as a matter of fact, that's what I do on my portfolios.
And build
Is
your
that-
team, build a team.
Yeah, I'm not interested in doing everything myself. I am interested in people perceiving that I do everything, which is totally different, okay? People call my company and they're like, I need this, and I said, perfect. I don't do it. I have experts that do it, and you need to team up with experts and build a network around that. And if you build a social network between each other, you could be a powerful group. Very powerful group. And as a matter of fact, if you focused it, especially if you isolated it in Utah and your counties, you could be an extremely powerful group.
I'm new to LinkedIn. Can you post videos on your profile?
You can post projects on your portfolio, which is links to videos. You can write articles that contain embedded links, but it's not like Facebook where it's like, these are my videos, these are my pictures. LinkedIn think of LinkedIn as your resume, and it's a living, breathing resume. Anything you can put in a resume, you can put in LinkedIn. Okay? That looks like that. All right,
I've been doing that wrong.
all right. Defining success, we've talked a little bit about that. This, you've got to sit down and you've got to define success. When we were consulting BYU, we showed them that we found this study by College USA, and they basically went and did a bunch of scraping of the internet. They brought back the highest ranking colleges as far as potential reach. Okay, there's a difference between potential reach and reach. BYU is 24th in the nation on potential reach on social media. They are ranked one of the worst engagement platforms I've ever seen in my life, okay? And yet they have the largest audience, and I mean, for obvious reasons, right? But they have, the website didn't know why, but I think people who are LDS maybe understand that maybe a little bit better than most, but of why they have the largest reach. This guy, his name's McKay, great marketer, but really an idiot. He's sitting there and he says, we show him this research and he says, well, compared to other schools in the 20s, are we doing good? Okay? And my question back to him is, are you trying to accomplish a platform like the other schools in the 20s? And again, it's like, what do you want? What is your goal? You act very differently when you define success. And so one thing is to sit down and define it. We showed him a video about this Amazing Grace video that it's called Noteworthy. It's one of their groups, Noteworthy. They did this amazing video of Amazing Grace. Currently, it receives 1 million views a week. Every 7 days, this video gets 1 million views. Okay? And his response was, is that good? Is 9,000 or 9 million good? Is 1 million views good? Okay? So again, you gotta figure out what is success. Is success 50 million? Is success 20? Is it 100? Define what success is and then frequently revisit that question with your social media. Get in there and look at the analytics and say, are we being successful? Okay? And then take it in strides. And then the best thing you can do is you can, as this says, as this joke says, a lot of people don't know what to do with social media. They get people on social media, they even have YouTube channels that are very popular, and they're like, what do I do now? I've got all these followers and I'm putting out content, but what is it? And just like any other marketing, there has to be a call to action. There has to be an invite. And you need to take the last sections of your social media posts to direct people to what's next. And always be answering this. The pre and post strategies around social media posts are very critical. And like this Amazing Grace, there are people on there that go on and talk about like LDS religion. They're talking about doctrines on an Amazing Grace video. So again, their social media is very complicated. But there are people on there that say something like, where did they buy these white dresses? These amazing white dresses. And imagine, and I told them, I said, I could get this video to go to 50 million, and I could do it in probably 11, 12 days. I said, you're going to probably peak out around 10, maybe 12. I could get it to go to 50. If you would get the 7 women in this video to get on there and just talk to people. Just build a relationship with them. One of them says, hey, I'd love to go back to church or something like that. And imagine one of those ladies getting on and say, hey, I love church. This is where you should go to find out more about church. Okay, call to actions, move people. And I'm telling you, that relationship, they're serious about connection. Taylor Swift is one of the best people on this earth when it comes with this. She takes the time, she actually has a whole team that does this, but that respond on her behalf to her fans. If you have ever been to a Taylor Swift concert, I haven't.
I met her.
Okay, you met her.
It was pretty cool. So.
She's cool. She understands that it is her face, it is her brand, and she only wants to connect with one person at a time. And she takes the time to connect to one person at a time.
She called my sister.
I'm telling you, she is the most amazing connection, and her fans are the most devoted fans you've ever seen. Okay? And it's because they feel like they're friends, which is weird. My generation still, I mean, I'm 34, and my generation really still did not, we still find good value in connections with people. The internet and social media really didn't come out until I was, later in high school and early college. And data plans really weren't until 2001 on phones, on cell phones. So nobody really could carry the internet with them everywhere. And so I'm still in that generation where human connection is there, but I'm telling you, the generation right after me, they do this. It's nuts. It's crazy. All right, building a team. I'll tell you how to make a really easy team inside of your companies. And this is the hardest struggle at first, is because people are like, well, I need to go hire a social media person. And absolutely you do not. Okay? You just need to go find people that are passionate about telling or talking about the company and that understand the relevance bridge. And have them just do 30 minutes to an hour a week on social media, okay? The cool thing about like platforms like Facebook is that you can go in and create 30 days worth of content, put it in a scheduler, and then it'll just distribute it every day. So it looks like you're actively engaged. And my social media is a young woman. She actually was hired as a PR manager over at the college. And I approached her and said, hey, what do you think about social media? And she went off. She's a young girl. She's 24 years old. She loves social media, blah, 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 blah. Okay? And I sat with her and I said, you know what? I go, why don't we just have some fun? And why don't you do some posts for the college? And I had already run the ZMET. I already knew what the learners wanted. And I said, I want you to focus in on student life, but for a commuter college. And I said, and I explained the relevance bridge to her. I explained what people want. And then I gave her a little Excel sheet. And every post, she puts it together for 30 days. And then she has to physically answer the question on this Excel sheet. Does it align with the purpose? And she physically has to go through and say, yes, 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 neutral, yes, yes. She has to send that to me on the 20th of every month. She loves it. And I don't pay her a dime for it. Okay? And yet she is responsible for hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue every year. She doesn't know that. I think she knows that now. But when we did this at first, she had no idea. Okay? There are people in your company and they're willing to do it for free, and it's not a big time suck. They can take little incremental times and just test it out. Look at the analytics and see how it works. But again, if you will, as the managers, go in and define success and help them understand the relevance bridge on their post, then you'll have a lot of success. Okay? All right. Bunch of information about viral content, blah, blah, blah. These are some of the attributes that if you'll focus on viral content. We have a switch in our culture that's happening. I'm not totally sure why yet. I have some feelers out into trying to understand why we've moved to this. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I don't know enough about certain triggers on what's out there that's going on. I don't know why we've switched to this. I understand this really well. I don't quite get this yet, so I don't want to comment on it. But it's interesting. It's interesting that people are moving towards this warmth.
It's love everything, love all. It's a kind
There
of
is an
hippie
acceptance piece that's out there in the culture, accepting everybody and loving everybody. There is a little bit of that. Yeah. Inspiration has to do more, like some of the top trending videos on YouTube have to do with like heroic events. Yeah, there's been like things that have like taken off on social media that normally shouldn't have. And so there's more to it, and I can't comment on it because I need to do more research. But this is from a legitimate source that does this. The Unruly put out a bunch of information. Unruly is a social media platform. They're really good. So last I'll talk to you about this cool thing called Devin Grant. This is the key secret to most companies generating viral content, and I told you we're going to pirate it, we're just going to copy it. My friend videoed this, okay? I want to just show this to you and we'll wrap up. He videoed this. These guys have this crazy idea. My friend's the one that's about to talk. This is who's going to run our country in about 25 years. This is them.
What is the girl's name in the slingshot, you know?
I don't know.
Dang it.
I don't know.
I'm wondering if I know her.
This was an interesting phenomenon. I watched this video and I watched the trend. So they say it, yeah, un, deux, trois.
Oh my god.
It gets worse. Okay, that's human slingshot. My friend was videoed this and posted that on YouTube, okay? Had a million